beautiful people. So I just wanted to give y'all a quick tutorial on if you get a curtain from Whimsy Designs. This one is just an example, and I just want to kind of show you guys how you can adjust the curtain if you need to. So right now I have this set up where my marking is actually here and it goes to about here. And so this is about a 48-inch wide curtain. So that's 4 feet wide, and it's actually about 80 inches long, but we're not gonna worry about that part right now. So I want to show y'all if you need to ever, stretch it out a little bit wider, then how you can do that. So hang tight and enjoy. Okay, so if you ever want to make your curtain completely or at least get really close to having your 2 panels, get as close as possible to form that one. What I'm first going to do is move my farthest loop over to very close to the edge. I'm imagining once you actually get your curtain up, it might not 100% hit on that wall mark. So I'm just going to move it in a little bit and do the same to this side. And now we're working in from these marks. So I have some leftover slack here, and these are going to be your 2 outer cords that this entire piece is actually made off of. So what you can do is just wiggle, and you don't have to be too gentle, but you don't want to be too rough because it is just string. So you might make too much of a knot, you might rip it, but this is pretty thick cord, so I think you'll be fine. But you literally just use your thumb and forefinger and just kind of separate it, and you just kind of wiggle it, and I'm only wiggling it to make it more even. You can honestly just boop and it'll spread, but if you want to make it more even, then you want to just do that slow kind of wiggle with your thumb, and you want to try to go in both directions just to keep it as even as possible. And there's some couple places where it's too much of a gap, so I'm just going to hold it, and then on that end cord, just here, let me pull it, and it'll come back together. So this works if you want to widen your curtain, but also if you want to make your curtain more tight, just by pushing in these ends, this will start to kind of cinch in at its waist, if you will, and then it'll give you that nice look. But for right now, we're just working on keeping it a little bit wide, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so the goal is to separate them without making too huge of gaps, but if there's a little gap, I'll see if I can zoom in in the edit, but there's a little gap right here between these two, and you really can't tell from afar. I'm only noticing because I'm this close to it, but also remember, this is going to be up here once it's actually hanging in a closet doorway. So just remember that this curtain is very forgiving. So you can always stretch it out, you can always pull it tighter, and it's just, do not be intimidated by the string. So now I'm just gonna kind of space these along my curtain rod, just to stretch them out a bit, but I'm also being aware of my marking. And now the cool thing is that since these are separate panels, I'm just gonna take these 2 inner cords, and that's what's running through here. I'm just gonna make a little bow. And ta-da! So it brings my curtain together more. It did not pull too much from the edge. This side pulled quite a bit, so we'll scooch this a bit back. And if it doesn't want to work with you, then you just, loosen up the reins on this. And you can also just pull from this base cord as well to give yourself a little bit more room. But that's all you need to do if you are ever in a situation where you want your 2 curtain panels to look more like one. just stretch out that cord and then tie yourself a little bow. Beware of tying a knot because it might get stuck, and undoing a knot in macrame cord is not fun. So I hope this was helpful, and I will see you all in the next one.